Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to start this 67 Mercury Comet Cyclone GT build. This has always been a car, body style at least, that I always thought was cool. What the 67 Fairlane would have been basically the same body design, but this one would have, you know, different grille and hood and a few other little badging differences. But I've got 3 of these. This particular kit I bought back in, I guess, the 2020 SCMA North Charleston model show, the first show I ever went to, which I've got a video of me going to that show. But yeah, this kit I bought it there. The like proof of purchase has been cut out, but it's okay. The kit's complete. I paid, looks like $18 for it at that show, and I've got 2 others, and I've just been eyeballing this kit for so long, and I've not got a Fairlane or a Mercury kit built. This one comes with a 390, which is just the coolest engine. They had the high output 390, which would be this one, I guess, 320 horse 390, and it's got the hood with the scoops in it, and just a really good looking car. I remember as a kid we had I think it was a 66 Fairlane for a little while, and this would be basically the same body style, but just a nice looking car. And I've got my my Fujimi GT40 build that's behind me, that in the dead spaces of that build I want to start working on this. But anyway, I'm going to get started. I've already got the box opened, and this kit is sealed, and it looks really nice. I'm going to get the parts all taken out and de-treed and all those things. It also has the decal sheet. Looks really good for the stripe decals down there. So I'll get this all out of the box and get started on it. So stand by. Alright, so I got these parts off the tree, and I am so impressed, and that is not an exaggeration. I am so impressed with how this kit looks and all of its parts and pieces. I'm blown away. This name brand typically, well, sometimes gives people the impression that the kit is going to be not as good. Let me tell you guys, this is not an exaggeration. This is as good as it gets. Looking at the quality of the casting or the molds, and just absolutely, I'm blown away. This was so much fun just cutting the parts off, because each one that I looked at they are absolutely wonderful. Let me see if I can get in here on some of it. Number one, it gives you 2 transmissions. It gives you either the small bolt pattern C6, which a 390 has the same bolt pattern as far as transmission goes as a small block Ford. So a C4 would fit a 390, or an FE engine takes the smaller transmission. But this has the C6 transmission. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to use the automatic. I want to use the 4-speed. But it's got an awesome C6 transmission, small bolt pattern, and then it has I took them off obviously, but it's got the standard shift transmission here. It's got the shifting linkages that all go on it. Look at the block. It's got I mean, those are going to be covered, but exposed cylinders. It's got the push rods coming up. Let me see if I can get in on this. The valve covers are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, the valve covers, it's just the best looking kit I've ever seen from AMT. This is no joke. It's got a single 4-barrel intake, which it comes with 2 4-barrels that they are great too. There's hardly no flash on this kit. Let's see, this kit is from 1993. I don't know when this kit was originally put out, but man, this thing is nice. The door panels are just so stinking nice. The dashboard, everything is so crisp. I guess that's what I'm really trying to get to. Everything is so crisp and beautiful. The 9-inch Ford rear end. Sorry for my camera. This grid, the green grid, really plays havoc on the focus of this thing. But it is beautiful. Cannot wait. This is going to be so much fun to build straight out of the box. I'm going to use, I'll wire the engine, but as far as that goes, that's probably all the detail it's going to get, other than bare metal foil. The body is just magnificent. Man, Matthew, you're really making over. No, I'm not. This thing is, I'm so impressed, because you know, when you dig into an AMT kit, a lot of times you're going to have a lot of cleanup, and that's fine. That's just due to age. But this is beautiful. I've got 3 of these things. This is absolutely magnificent. Uh-oh. Pause. Ruthie's calling. I better answer it. All right. Sorry about that. I don't even remember what I was saying, but yeah, I have no idea. But here's the chrome tree. So nice. So stinking nice. This is crazy. But I was watching some of the older videos from Don Yost, and he was mentioning the video that I saw. He said that AMT, and he might have said MPC, but I think he said AMT, because AMTs tend to get a bad name because of sometimes quality issues. But he said these cars are, he said that the AMT people went to, there's another phone. Alright, I'll just wait on that one. AMT guys went, and their stuff is so dead on, as far as generally speaking, and I'm going off what he said, but they actually went to the big 3 manufacturers and got the pictures and measurements and all, and it really speaks on this one, because I can't say it anymore. It's just great. It's going to be such a joy to build this car. And not to speak, I really like the body style. The body style is so cool. I was going to build, where did it go? I was thinking about building, I don't know where it went now. It's a Pontiac. Well, shoot, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I was thinking about building this. I was kind of in the mood for a muscle car. I almost built that one, but then when I got to thinking, I had 3 of these, and I've been wanting to build one. So anyway, enough bragging on it. I think this is going to be, again, just an absolute joy to build, and I think that's what sometimes we lose, is, at least I do, with building these things, is the fun. And a lot of times the reason I may lose fun is because you open it and it's a lot of work just to get it to the point of painting or something. And this one is, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't take any work. There's still body lines and things that need to be sanded. There's a sharp one right here, but it's overall quality. This thing is great. So I'm going to get some, guess I'll get some parts. I got to sand some of the marks off where you cut them off the sprue and all that, but I'm going to get some paint on some parts glued together first, and then some paint, and we'll go from there. Sorry for my rant on how good this is, but I'm having fun, and that's what it's all about. Here we go. Alright, so everything is ready for some primer. Pretty much everything. Did pre-assembly as much as I could, and that really just consisted of the firewall area and some of the front suspension. Got the body sanded. All the mold lines and all those things I have got sanded out, so it's absolutely ready for some primer, and it looks great. Pre-fitted the hood, had to do a little sanding on the hood for the, as far as the width goes, and got it ready for paint and all the little parts. Got the engine, as many pieces as I could get on it. It's going to be Ford engine blue. The intake will be aluminum. The transmission, I went ahead and got all the linkages and everything on it, so it'll be some sort of, I don't know, whatever transmission color it is. I think I'm going to try and use a 3D printed carburetor that I got from my friend Alan Qualls. But as far as that goes, everything here needs paint on it. So I'm going to shoot some primer. And the primer I'll be using is, let me grab it. It's this. There it goes. Mr. Hobby, Mr. Finishing Surfer 1500. Shoot gray on it. I think the color that I'm going to use is the same color that Ruthie. As a matter of fact, if I don't forget, I'll flash a picture right here of the same car in that color, but it's the same color that Ruthie's fenders are. Burnt amber metallic, I think is what it is, but I think that's I believe that's the color that they would be. So anyway, let me get some primer sprayed, and there's on my seats, interior, door panels, and exhaust. So let me get some primer and some paint sprayed, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got me some primer on the Cyclone GT. I got the primer on that. Everything else, for the most part, there's a few little pieces that still have yet to be painted, but I got everything painted. I'm really proud of my exhaust. I used some Alclad steel on the exhaust. I used Alclad aluminum on the mufflers, and I think that looks really good. Over here, this a bunch of parts. I got to paint the engine blue, obviously. The intake black, the valve covers chrome, and but the body has turned out really nice. I'll do a really light sanding on the primer. The hood looks great too, and this thing will be ready for. I did scribe. I forgot to mention. I did scribe some of the panel lines a little bit more, especially around like the headlights and places like that. Around the tail lights, I did some scribing there, but other than that, all the rest of the panel lines were in really good shape. So I'll do a little sanding on this body, and may or may not film painting it, but let me do some scuffing on it, and we shall see. Stand by. Alright, so I've got just a light coat on this, and I noticed a couple of fisheyes. I hardly ever have fisheyes. I don't know what caused it, but anyway, right here on the roof, you can see one right there. So I went ahead and stopped. I just did this light coat. Got a little more on the hood as far as paint, but this is a metallic paint, so you have to be careful with your coverage. You don't want it to be overly dark in areas and not the others. So I'm going to let this coat cure, and then I'll sand out those fisheyes. They're on the roof, and we will finish the painting. But it's going to look nice. I would caution anyone if you have a fisheye pop up like this, it's better to just go ahead and stop where you're at, let the paint go ahead and cure so you can sand it. This is an enamel paint, but I have hardener in it, so it's going to cure faster, and I'm going to put it in my incubator. But instead of trying to, okay, this is what will happen. Probably on the second coat, that fish eye would cover. It probably would seal with whatever paint that's on it. But unfortunately, the second coat, that because you still see just gray primer through that fish eye, you're going to have a spot there that's going to be lighter than the entire roof. So rather than trying to cover it and cover it and cover it and taking 15 coats to get it to cover, and then you lose all of your body lines and or your panel lines and all get so full of paint, stop, let it dry, wet sand it, and paint it again. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to go any farther with this. So I got, like I say, just a tack coat. This is not a accurate representation of the color at all. The gray is still shining through, but I didn't want to go any farther with any other paint, any paint in any other areas on it, because again, I don't want it to be darker in some areas than others. But anyway, all right guys, I'm going to conclude this video right here, and again say, man, this is a nice car. This is a very cool car. I did notice one thing. I was talking on the phone with my friend Jason at Blue Ox Model Shop, and I was telling him what a great kit this is, as far as like the quality, the detail. It's just wonderful. And I said, I'm pretty sure this is the same car as the Fairlane. And then I got to looking, and I'll show you really quick, because I've got this. I don't want to get anything in this wet paint. So I've got right here the Fairlane. Start thing, it's not focusing. We're flip. There we go. 420, the 66 Fairlane, and then this is the 67 Cyclone. And to look at the, let's see if I get a side view. The side view shot, the body lines are the same. The roof line, you've got a difference in the front where the headlights are. So you see how that looks compared to this is more straight up and down. This has a seam, and this doesn't. The Fairlane doesn't. Just like the tail. The tail's got a body line there, or a panel line, and no panel line here. And also there's a gas cap here, no gas cap here. And I thought, well, that's the differences. But if you'll look, the Fairlane has a body line that goes, let me get something to point with here, all the way down right there. There's a body line all the way down the car. The Cyclone doesn't. It's right, let me see if I can focus. It stops right there. Well, actually I can show you here. See that? So on the Fairlane it would go all the way down. And so this is not exactly the same body, because they did change that about it. Obviously the hood's a little different. But yeah, they're very similar, but they do have differences. And I'm sure some of you experts could point out more than that. But yeah, anyway, super cool kit. I hope that this Fairlane kit is as nice as the Mercury. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'm going to conclude this video here. We'll come back, we'll finish the paint job. I have figured out with this model hobby, don't rush it. When you rush things, you make mistakes, and then you can compound that mistake, just like this fisheye. So I'm gonna stop right there. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. You guys are a wonderful community, a wonderful audience, and I'm sure thankful to you for that. If you hadn't subscribed, please hit the subscription button and like this video. I'd appreciate it. Go check out Hobby Nut Models. Go grab yourself a model kit. Grab yourself some paint. all the things there for a quality model build. You can get them at Hobby Nut Models. It's in the description of this video. Go check it out. As well as the Facebook group, Model Car Videos Facebook group, the Spring Store, and the Patreon group. The train's going by outside too. Just gonna miss it, train. Should have been quicker. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the better side of this paint job. All right, guys, take care. Bye.